I just bought this meat at Volco, and I've bought this coffee, 1 kilogram coffee at Macro for 315 Rand. The carnivore diet is affordable, and it works out on this coffee at 64 Rand for 200 grams. Quite a difference if you buy in bulk. Of course, Carnivore allows for coffee to be halved or tea, but you don't have to drink it, of course, but you must drink it without sugar or without sweetener. Here's a tip if you struggle with prostatitis for the men. Some cancers have a mortality risk of up to 90% if you have high insulin levels, if you're hyperinsulinemic. So you should absolutely get your insulin levels down if you are at risk for cancer or if you have cancer. Furthermore, if you have high uric acid levels, you need to get that uric acid levels down as well. Uric acid is upregulated when you are insulin resistant. On the kidneys, it upregulates the uric acid retention. So you can reverse it by getting rid of your insulin resistance. The trouble is, if you have high uric acid levels, there's a link between cancer and high uric acid levels. So it's not just about gout or arthritis. Gout and arthritis represents at a level of 7, but even on a uric acid level of 5.5, your veins start to get hard. They can't be elastic anymore. And you are at risk for other troubles like vascular dementia, of course, coronary artery disease, and risk factors for 38% to develop heart disease, and 55% risk factor for vascular dementia, and 32% risk factor for a stroke. But apart from that, the cancer risk is very, very high with high uric acid levels. Dr. Otto Warburg, a German doctor in 1950, said that there's a link between high uric acid levels and a lack of oxygen as well. So in anaerobic states, you are at risk for cancer. And if you have high uric acid levels, combine that with high insulin, and it's a recipe for cancer. So get rid of all those things by changing what you eat. Do the carnivore diet. Also, ED, or erectile dysfunction, is linked to insulin resistance as well as high uric acid levels. And of course, poor blood circulation. All those things are related to insulin resistance, which can 100% be reversed, and you can solve the problem. And there's my breakfast. This is real butter, and I've got steak in the pan. All right, so to get back to the prostatitis or any kind of prostate problems, and you can include any kind of inflammation in your body in that. What is the best thing that you can do? The best thing that you can do is to eat in a proper human diet way, to take away inflammation and to get rid of insulin resistance. Insulin resistance causes inflammation. So let's say you have an inflammation or an infection or even cancer. If you have high insulin levels, with other words, you are insulin resistant because you are eating wrong, because you are eating too much carbohydrates, too much sugary drinks, consumption, etc., and you sit with high insulin levels, that inflammation will not go away. Your body struggles to get that inflammation away. And the insulin is like petrol on the fire of the cancer, if you have cancer. So the best thing that you can do if you have something like prostatitis, if you're a man, or other problems, if even PCOS for ladies, the best thing that you can do is to do something like the carnivore diet and get rid of insulin resistance. There's a high relationship link between PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, and insulin resistance. So absolutely get rid of insulin resistance by doing something like the carnivore diet. If you do have prostatitis or even prostate cancer, or if you're a lady and you have PCOS, or any kind of other inflammation or concern in your body, you should be very, very strict with your carnivore diet. You should absolutely not eat anything that is not carnivore, because every time that you cheat on the carnivore diet and you eat sugary treats or whatever, you take yourself out of ketosis and your insulin goes up, and then you are defeating the purpose of the carnivore diet that you committed to. So never ever cheat on the carnivore diet, especially when you are having health concerns. You can see this is the amount of butter that I will be consuming, because this meat is not fatty enough. It's C grade sirloin steak, but it's a little bit on the lean side, and this is the amount of butter. Butter is real butter is 78% fat. Very important to eat fatty enough to have energy and also to stay in ketosis. All your hormones, for instance, are made from cholesterol. And where would you get cholesterol? Cholesterol is only found in animal products, but if you are eating too lean, where will your body get the fat to produce that cholesterol? So be mindful of that.